Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be utilizing an online tool known as Drawing.net and also Draw.io. So it can either be referred to as any one of those names, Drawing.net or Draw.io. Now the reason why I thought of doing a video about this is because I taught the topic organizational charts and flow charts, right, as a topic under simple display. Now, the problem is that these diagrams were done in Microsoft Word. However, with the new dawn of things, we are now online and not everyone will be privy to Microsoft to use to do these diagrams. And so I went in search of something else that could be used to do these topics, and I found this one, Drawing.net or Draw.io. And so I'm going to show you how to use this online tool, right, and to do these diagrams. Okay, now it can be launched one of two ways. You can launch it from, let me go firstly to from Gmail, right? So currently I'm in my Gmail and it is a Google, it can be considered a Google app. So I'm going to go to the waffle iron here to the right, basically the 9 dots, and I'm going to click on it and I'm going to scroll down. And in scrolling down at the bottom right, I see the icon. Draw diagrams, diagrams.net. So I was saying Drawing.net, it's diagrams.net. And here it is, and I just click on it and launch it. The other way in which I can launch it is that I can go to Google and I can type in Draw.io. All right, so you can launch it from either options. Now it's loading, say that it's a flowchart maker. Now it says, do I want to create a new diagram or open an existing diagram? I'm going to select create new diagram. Now once this is opened, right, I can name the diagram, right? I'm not going to name it as yet. And then I can choose whether I want to do a blank diagram from a blank diagram or choose from an existing. So whether I want a flow chart or organizational chart or whatever. All right. And if I look to the left here, there are many options to choose from. So everything that can be done using diagrams. So we have the basic diagrams. We have business, right? Engineering, flow charts, maps. So the works, everything can be found here. All right. So I'm just going to select blank diagram and select create. It says, do I want to use a root folder? Yes or no? If no, I will have to pick a folder from my device to store this information. But I'm going to select yes. And it's now launching. All right, so we are now in Diagrams.net. All right, and this is how it looks. Now, the good thing that I love about this being online is that I teach using the Google Classroom platform. So using this, I am able to the top right here, you see share. I can share it with my students, share the link with the students, and they can come on and we work on this together, or they can come on, giving them a link, and they can work and the other students in the class can see what it is that they're doing. Or if it is for your SBA purpose, you're able to do it here and share that information, right? Share the link in the classroom to the teacher to be marked accordingly. All right, so this is what it looks like. Remember, I did not name my diagram. So because I did not name it, that information is here. All right, so I'm just going to say flowchart or a simple diagram. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a flowchart only or a flowchart and an organizational chart. All right, so that's it. All right, so file, edit, view, arrange, extras, and help. You can always view that. Now, currently, this looks like a grid. All right. So this is a work area that I have to work with. It looks like a grid. If I look to my right, I see some other options. I see diagram. I see style. So view, grid, page view, background, shadow. All right, so it's currently on grid, and if I uncheck that box, you realize that the grid look of it has disappeared. All right, I'm also going to select background, and currently the background is white, so I have the option of changing the background image. All right, it says draw images or URL. All right, let me close out of that. All right, I selected the white image and then the tools, right? The color bar came up, so I'm going to select another background, and there you have it. All right, but if I select change, I would have to select go through a lot of things as you saw a while ago, but select the color instead, and then that will happen for you. So here it is. All right, and then I selected grid again because I like the look to see where the things are going to be placed. All right, and then other options are there, style, etc. Now on the left, I see general, and I see a lot of shapes to choose from. I'm going to go down. You have miscellaneous, advanced, basic, arrows, flowchart. Seeing that I'm going to be doing a flowchart, right? I'm going to select the flowchart section, and it opens up. So here I have all the various diagrams that are used in flowchart, but I'm just going to select the popular ones. All right, so I have start here, and I have terminator. Now, so the flowchart must have a start and it must have a stop, right? And as such, we can select start, but there is none called stop. To end it, we use the terminator, but the terminator can also be used as the start. All right, so I'm just going to select terminator. All right, and then I can put maybe 2 of them there. All right, so I have a terminator. Which other box? The process box is another one that we normally use. The process box, and then once you select it, it goes in front of the one that was there before. So you just have to move it. All right, the process box. There's a diamond. All right, we call that the decision box. All right, and I'm going to put another process box. All right, so basically I'm just going to be arranging these. I'm not going to be working any question or anything. I'm just showing you how to utilize this tool. All right, so start normally at the top. So I'm going to write inside this box. I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to write the word start. All right, note that it is in the center of the box. Now if I look to the right, I see text, and I'm able to do some things with the text. All right, I can change the style of the text. All right, the font style of the text. I can put it to bold if I so desire, and just watch the box while I'm talking. So I'm on text, so I can put it to bold if you realize it's now bolded. All right, italize it, underline it. All right, so I can do any of those things to it. I can also position the text. Right, realize it's now at the top. Can put it to the bottom, or I can leave it at the center, and that's where I want it, in the center. Currently the wording is there as well. I can put all of that to the left, to the far right, or in the center. All right, the alignment. So that's how I want it. The color of the text, I can also change that from black. Let me select blue and apply. So now it is blue. All right, and you can change background color, etc. All right, let me just put on background color. It's on white. All right, and the background color came around the text. All right, but you can't see so visibly from where you are. Well, let me take it off then. All right, so that's it. Start. I'm going to drag down this to the bottom, and I'm going to double click to write stop. All right, so start and stop. All right, I'm going to just position the decision, the process box here, right? Normally ask a question there or do something, and then the decision box, another process box, and then stop. Now, how do I connect the arrows? All right, so the data box for persons doing information technology. Let me substitute this one and put a data box there. right? In IT, you will know it as the input-output box, which is the parallelogram. All right, so let me use that one instead. All right, so here we have some boxes or some symbols all in place. Now, how do I connect them? I am now able to, if I click start and drag down to this box, an arrow comes up. All right, and that's how you do it. Now, the good thing about this is that, say for instance, all right, let me leave it for when I get to the decision box. So drag from the top down to get the arrow. All right, and that's all you do. And the arrows automatically come up. All right, now with the decision box, normally we have 2 arrows coming from a decision box. All right, now what is the box that I want here? Right? So say I want a process box. Now, if I go on the process box, I don't know if you can see it. Let me go back to, alright. So if I go on the process box, there are some arrows coming in all directions. Alright. I am able to, if I click to the right, say I click the right arrow, it shows me all the boxes that I have using in the flowchart currently, right? So I am able, let me go back there, to select which box I want to come after that. So come beside that rather. So I selected that box and it came up, right? Which is a process box, and it came up with the arrow. All right, let me undo that, right? Now, let me, hold on, take off the background color. All right, let us work with the white for now. All right, so you can see when I'm still not seeing it so clearly. All right, so I'm at the decision box and I'm going to select the arrow. Now I want a process box to come beside. All right, to come beside that. So I select that. All right, so we have a process box here and we have one here. All right, and the boxes, we can resize them. All right, you can drag them up and small them up to how you want them. All right, so don't worry about how it looks and how they look differently. All right. Another thing. Now, once we are doing the decision box, we will normally have yes or no. How do we get that? So I'm just going to scroll back up to general and select text. All right. So I selected text and it came out. All right. So all I'm going to do is just to double click that box and I'm going to write no. I'll put it in all caps. No. All right, change the font color. The blue, I don't think it's working that much. Put it back to black. All right. You have to highlight it. I didn't highlight it a while ago. All right, so there it is. All right, and let me make it stand out. Put it in bold. All right, so I selected no, and I can drag it down a bit more. There it is. All right, let me go back to text again and drag it to where I want it to be. Double click and to write in what I want. I'm going to write yes and put that to bold. All right. So that is that. All right. So this is how we would do a flow chart. Nothing much to it. Now, if I wanted to move the flow chart a bit more over to the left on the page, how do I do that? Now we can group this entire chart. What do I mean? Let's say I want to move it to the right. I will have to select each box and move it over. Right? Let me undo. I do not want to do that. I want to move the entire chart as one chart. All right? All right. Now, so I'm going to highlight the chart. Highlight all that I have there. And there it is. And I'm going to go to Arrange and I'm going to select Group. Now, these features that are here on the right, they are also found up here, right? On the ribbon. So here we have Align, Distribute, and all those things under Arrange. All right? Group, all of it is found here as well. But it is easier just to select it from the side. All right, so let me highlight again. And I'm going to select Group. Now, once you realize that they were, let me undo for you to see that. Every box has a point, right? So you can move them individually. However, I'm going to select group and realize how all these points now turn into just 4. 4 cards. Well, more than 4, but each point, right? 4 with some in between, so that may be 6, right? And so what happens is that now I'm able to, I'm trying to click on it now to move it as 1. So I can move it anywhere I want and it moves as 1. All right. If I wanted to move an individual box, say a box needed to be resized or repositioned, then I will, let me click on it again. I will just select ungroup. All right. And then whatever box that was, say I wanted to let this box be a bit, let me use this one, be a bit wider. All right. So then I could do that. Then I will just highlight everything again and group it so that I am able to move it to where I want it to be. All right. Another thing is that you can color code it. All right. So I'm able to select start. Well, let me ungroup. I have to ungroup to do individual things. So I'm able to select start. Let me hold down the control key and select. Go down and select the stop. Both are now highlighted. All right. And I can select. So I'm on arrange, go on text. All right. And we're able now to put in any color that we want. Right. We are able to, right. So you have arrange, text and style. So with style, I can select a color for start and stop. All right. So all the boxes that are similar, put some colors to them. All right. Put some color to them. All right. Green. All right. So it's just a simple demonstration that I'm showing you, right? How to use this online tool to construct a simple flowchart. Again, I wasn't working a question. I was just showing you how to find this tool, how to utilize the boxes, the shapes, the symbols with this tool to construct a flowchart. All right. Now, if it is that we wanted to do an organizational chart, right, we'll just do a similar thing. All right. So we just put on all the boxes that we need. Now, if this is an organizational chart, as I said to you before, if it is that I wanted to maybe add some more levels to this on this line here, I can just select that arrow, all right, and it shows me all the other boxes that I have, and I can I've used before, and I select one of them. Or I can hold on the control key and press the arrow in any direction that I want, and it will duplicate or clone that box. So let me press control and press the arrow going across, and there you have it. All right. If I wanted the box to this side, I'll hold on control and do that, and it cloned it for me. All right. Now note that we're doing an organizational chart, and we do not use the arrows with organizational charts. All right. And so that's not how we would want it. So I'm going to select the arrow and I'm going to press delete. I do not want that. All right. So I was just showing you how to clone the boxes in a specific direction. All right. Let me add maybe 2, 3 more. All right. Good. So, all right, let me leave this arrow here, for example, to show you how you can change it. So say you did this and you got an arrow. How to change this arrow to a straight line? I'm going to click on the arrow. All right. And when I click on the arrow over to the right, I realize that there's a section for line. All right. You see the arrow here. And when I click on that, you are able to change it to whatever shape that you want. Right. I have the line here, whether I want the line to be a straight line, a dotted line, right? An unbroken line, dotted line, or whatever. All right, let me put the dotted line and for you to see that. All right, so there you have the line now being dotted. Let me undo that. Still clicking the arrow. So that is how that would be there. And then this one here now speaks about the tip of the arrow, all right, or the line end. If I click on that, it will show me the shape. What shape do I want the tip of the arrow to be? All right, it has various shapes, right? Or if I do not want anything at the tip of that, right? So I'm going to select none, and in selecting none, it will automatically take off the arrow that is there at the edge. All right, it is loading, and that's how technology goes. All right, so it will automatically take off the arrow there at the edge, and then I'm able now to do what it is that I want to do. All right, so there it is. Now it's disappeared. All right, and that's it. So I'm just going to quickly fix this up for it to look proper as an organizational chart. All right, so first thing I want to do, let me widen these boxes a bit more. All right, so that they can the arrows can be properly positioned. So I highlighted all the boxes, and I am here at arrange, and you see size, so I'm able to go up in size or down. All right, so I leave it at that, and then I can control also the height of those boxes. Right, once I highlight everything, it does it all together. All right, so I leave it at that. All right, here I'm seeing that the one at the top is not properly, and it is grouped. Realize that everything is moving as one. All right, so all right, so here we go. So what else needs to be done is that we need now to add the arrows. Let me widen this a bit more because it's the top one. Add the arrows to this. All right, so how I do that, I'm going to go here at general, and I see not the arrows but the lines. Right, I'm going to click on the line, and I'm going to move it. Now I have to ensure that I'm seeing the arrow being white like this, and then I can click on it and move it. If it is not like that, it's going to pose a problem for me when I'm drawing. All right, and we will encounter that as we move along. All right, not that I want to, but it normally happens. So that's my first line. All right, I'm going to come down with it. Now, once I click here, the arrow and the line or the arrow comes on the screen. It always goes to the center point. All right, so that's just something that we have to live with. All right, so I'm going to resize this. All right, resize it so that I can fix it properly here. All right, now it's a good thing that we have the grid lines that acts as guides for us when we're doing these lines. All right, so here we have this. All right, I can click on this, copy it, and paste. All right, once I press paste, it goes back to the same position. Wait, and then I move it over to where I want it to be. All right. So I'm just moving everything in place, and then to get this looking like an organizational chart, and then that will be it. All right. I need what, 1, 2, 3 more, and that is it. So basically, this video is just to show you. I don't know what I did. Let me undo. This video is basically to show you about this online tool, as I was saying before, and how we use it. All right, it wasn't me working a past paper question or so, all right, which would have been a lot of time, but I just quickly and then realized that I did 2 topics in one. I looked at flowcharts and I looked at organizational chart. All right, so hopefully you understood what I did here today. All right, hopefully you understood. And then for those students who are utilizing the online application, so you do not have Microsoft Word, I'm trying to move this, you do not have Microsoft Word, this is a good thing to use. All right, so I'm just positioning this one right here, or maybe I could have just drawn up that one, the one at the bottom. Let me see if I can do that, rather than to just use a different one. Just drag this one up to touch that there. Touch that point. Good. Alright, it looks a bit lean, but the grid line says that it is straight, so work with the grid line. Alright, and that will be my organizational chart. Alright, as I did with the other one, go to style, and I'm able to put the chart in color. Highlight everything on the same level, put them in a color. Alright, and that's it. The final thing that I may need to do, I'm going to go back to the general section. We have text here, and the other thing is heading. So I click on heading, and click in the box, and A, B, C. Alright, so ABC organizational chart, and I'm able to widen that so that it can hold across. Alright, again, if I go to text, I can bold that, I can change the font style. Alright, change the font style, and increase the font size. Alright, so increase the font size, and you fix it up. Alright, so that is my overview of this online software. Do hope you understood what I did here today. I'm going to do one final thing, or a final thing before I go, and basically show you, once you have done this, how do you go about moving from there. So we go to file, and we go to export as, and you're able to send this this chart as a PNG, which is basically a picture, JPEG, PDF, and any means that you want to send it as. All right, so you're able to select how you want to send it from here. All right, again, you can go to share, and then you're able to share it from this point to others. Right, as a teacher, you can copy the link and you can share it with your class. As a student, you can copy the link and share it with your teacher for the document to be marked. Alright, again, this is it for me. Do hope you understood what I did here today. If you did, please don't forget to like the video, to comment below, and to share it with someone who you think may benefit from this content. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, why not subscribe and become a part of my EDPM family. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in my next upload as I try each and every time to make EDPM simple. Goodbye.